Hey everyone, so a while back I purchased this cubic mini wood stove. If you want to check out my other videos, I did a full burn and install. I built a chimney pipe. But with it actually getting cold and kind of the challenge of having to create a fireplace, create a space for it, chimney, etc., 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 for practicality, what we did was buy a Chinese diesel heater. I was looking at these, I kind of passed because I kind of like this more, but as with a lot of things in van life, practicality takes you on a different road than what you thought you were going to do. It cut off. I don't know why. So I still have this. I'm keeping it. I may install it at a later date. But one of the reasons I went with the diesel heater over the wood stove is when you have a wood stove, you need a good amount of room. This thing is 91 square feet, ballpark. This needs its own separate area. Any type of wood stove, I don't care how small it is, this thing isn't that big, it's about 6 by 8 inches. But you're gonna need minimum 12 inches clearance on each side with full like fireproof flashing. They recommend 36 if you don't have any of that stuff. But if you think about it, that's a good amount of space, and I know you can cook on it. There are some benefits. There's nothing wrong with it if you want that cutesy Instagram aesthetic. But for me, in terms of space, this just isn't practical. Plus, if I want to keep my stealth factor, having a giant chimney on top of it is not helping. And from what I hear, you have to remove it when you want to travel long distances or go places. So for now, we are ditching and not doing the wood stove, and we're going to go with the diesel heater. And I'm going to show you a quick unboxing, and let's do this together. All right, so we'll see how this goes. But this is one of the newer models. The reason I chose this is because there were less reviews on this one, but there were issues with the other model. I'll show you what it is in a sec. But there were issues with the remote not pairing. The instructions are horrendous, apparently. Most people just skipped the instructions overall and just went straight to someone who did it on YouTube. So this is just an unboxing. It's fairly big. Weighs in, I want to say 15, 20-ish pounds. There's no inside retail box. It's just this. So we're going to open that up. And the first thing we see is the tank. I believe, yeah, it's 10 liters. There we go. I'm not sure if it's removable or not. If it is, hi Winston. You can't jump down right now. I'm sorry, your spot is being taken. But this is the fuel tank. Okay, so we have attached this GoPro style, even though it's not really meant to go GoPro style, on our chest. So let's open it up. Got a manual. From what I heard of the other model, it was basically poorly photocopied, like horrendous. So we'll give this a read before we install, because we have learned our lesson. If it focuses, these are the ones that are the best sellers. This is the one I got. Like I said, less reviews. I'm sure these ones are fine, but this one's a bit smaller as well, or at least different dimensions where it's a bit more compact instead of the raised like that. Yeah, instruction manual seems okay. Seems straightforward. And let's just see. I'm sure that's some sort of plate for the exhaust. And some styrofoam. I don't want this to fall. Alright. Trusty dollar store scissors make an appearance. Cut, cut, cut. Come on. Come on. Where are you? Alright. Just so you guys don't get nauseous, I'm going to move this. Better? Okay. More pleasant for everyone involved. So get rid of this. Alright. So we've got the main unit here, it looks like. So here it is. I don't know if these are for stands or for exhaust. We'll have to figure that out. There's some sort of, I think this is where the heat goes out. Or maybe this is. I don't know. We'll find out when we read the instructions. This is just an unboxing. It does have a lead for, I believe it runs off 12 volt just for the igniter, and the glow plugs. One of the reasons I chose this is because the other versions have a built-in monitor thingy to show you what it's doing. This one has an extendable one, so I'm hoping to put it beside my bed, directions backwards, so I can just see it, and if it gets chilly in the middle of the night, I can just turn on and go from there. Alright, let's get this box of goodies. As I mentioned, some of the problems with the other one was not getting the remote to sync. This one has Bluetooth, so I can use an app, I can use the hardwired control panel, and I can also use the included remote, which I believe is a much simpler one, but simple and works is better than complicated, fancy, and doesn't work. So I will take this every time. I believe this is a fuel filter. That. Whoop. And then that's it for the boxes. Let's just get this out of the way. My dog will probably have a feast of that. And rattling. Nothing broken, just stuff. Little cutie pie in the corner. Making sure we're safe, buddy? Yes, always. Alright, so the box has all these lovely goodies. I believe this is exhaust fan, or at least, I don't know, it's black. This, bendable, it's about 2 feet long total. Fuel line. This is a muffler, I believe. Just a bunch of straps and other junk. Zip ties. Stuff. Electronics. This is the one part I'm kind of worried about. I wired this thing with horrible 12 volt DC because this was all an afterthought, so it's not behind the walls. Thankfully DC is quite easy and fairly safe, but we will figure out this wiring harness. I'm hoping it's fairly easy. It's got all the ports, so ports. So there's one in the main unit that I guess connects to this. Yeah, so that connects to that, and then one will connect to the remote, or the display, we'll call it. There we go. And they are, I'm hoping I don't cut this. Pray for me. This tape is really weird. It's not standard tape. It's almost like a cloth tape. And cut a wire. Cool. Good. Good amount of length. Yeah. I think this will go most of where you need it to go. It seems to be 6 to 8 feet long. I don't know. There's another port, which I don't really know. Oh, this is the fuse built in. Let's just see what kind of fuse it is while we're here. It's yellow, so I might add it as an afterthought or text on screen once I figure that out. Alright, so I might as well show you this now, because if anything ever happens, you don't want to be doing this in the dark or in the middle of winter. It's cheaply plastically hinged. There's the one little out thingy here, this here. I wasn't sure how to open it, but it's just a little baby flap. Pop it up, and then it is a 20 amp fuse. I keep a ton of those extra in my car. It's so cheap. This is a good tip. Just have an extra bunch of extra fuses, keep in your glove box, and that will solve a lot of problems. So hopefully we don't need this, but if we do, 20 amp fuse. And then, yeah, again, we'll go over an installation. I'm going to do an install video later. We don't quite need this. It's still fairly warm, and I've got my Mr. Buddy in the background, so we're good. But it looks like just 2 wires. So I'm guessing that just connects to any DC outlet that you have. Strip them a little bit and connect them to your system. And that's that. I'm super excited. I'm hopefully gonna install this weekend. It's supposed to get cold next week. We're getting pretty good weather in Canada. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos, and we'll see you next time.